Hi everyone, and welcome to Odd Jobs, where we do a deep dive beyond the 9 to 5. I'm your host Kim, and coming to you this morning from the traditional lands of the Kulin Nations. And on today's show, it's all about influencers. New research has revealed that more than half of young Australians would quit school or their job to be an influencer. So we're here to answer your burning questions. What is being an influencer really like? Coming up, we will be joined by a music influencer, Grace Frost, and a career expert, Jonathan Wood, to talk more on the topic. But first, I want to know what you, the people of Naarm, Melbourne, think about influencers. Let's take a look. What do you think about influencers? Hot or not?
Hot.
Hot! You had it here first.
Hot, I think mainly because of the filters. All the filters that they use in the Photoshop.
They're here to stay. No matter what you do, they're always there.
They're kind of everywhere, so you can be whoever you want to be.
It's like a great way to interact with people that wouldn't have interacted with them otherwise.
You don't have to take them too seriously.
If you don't like them or don't agree with them, just unfollow. There's no need to hate or do anything like that.
Would you ever consider becoming an influencer?
Not at all.
Definitely not. I don't have time for that.
I'm not, but I'm learning how to be creative.
I do TikTok, but that's not exciting. Like everyone's doing it.
I tried doing it like real and I just look like a fish out of water.
Wow, hi everyone and welcome back. It was really great to hear your thoughts. And now it's time to welcome our super special guest. Our first is a music influencer. She has been dubbed the next Aussie Taylor Swift and uses social media to connect with over 150,000 of her followers, whilst also landing some pretty sweet big brand deals with the likes of Ampol, Udi and Rimmel. Welcome to the studio, Grace Frost.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And our second guest is also a career expert. He's a career consultant who works with the students here at RMIT University. Please welcome Jonathan Wood. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, thanks so much for coming in today, guys. So the first, over to you, Grace. So your content, of course, is primarily focused around music, but you also work with and promote some major brands. Tell us, how does this process even work?
Yeah, so a lot of people kind of think that brands always reach out to content creators, I guess, but some of the time that happens. I've been reached out to by like Menulog, but a lot of the time it's actually through apps like Tribe and Vamp, where content creators are given the opportunity to pitch ideas to brands for upcoming kind of campaigns, and then they get to see if that's the type of thing that they want to do. So a lot of the time it's me pitching ideas first. There's a lot of behind the scenes before I even get approved.
Wow. And how did this all kind of get started?
Yeah, so at the end of year 12, I decided to start a music account on Instagram, which transferred over to TikTok. And I just started doing originals, covers, and then I started doing my 3-word song challenges, where I try and write a song with 3 random words in like half an hour to an hour. And that ended up going pretty viral over lockdown with a couple million views on some of the videos.
Unreal.
And yeah, that's how it happened. So then brands started reaching out once they saw my page was getting a bit of engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I've seen your videos. They're really, really amazing.
Thanks.
Amazing
I wouldn't talk them up that much, but thank you.
They are. They really are.
Thanks.
And Jonathan, what advice would you give to people who were considering being an influencer?
I think there's a few things. So number one is understanding your like unique value proposition, about what you have to offer, what you're aiming to do. Understanding who your clients are as well is going to be really important, and who you'd like to target. If you just want to target everyone, then it's not going to work. So being really specific is helpful. Having a few ducks in a row as well, with like having an ABN is really important. Understanding your platforms or where you're going. You mentioned a couple there before. Because you want to really diversify where you're getting your leads and where you're getting your income from.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing advice. Does that resonate for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever brand I work with, I always try and put my own spin on it and try and be as authentic as possible. Like when working with Ampol, I can't just say, oh, like petrol, like what are you meant to talk about with that? So my pitch to them was, the way I use petrol in my day-to-day life is getting to the studio, getting to gigs, and putting that own spin on it really makes, or I try and help viewers kind of resonate with me a bit as an artist in all of the brand deals I do. Yeah,
absolutely. Wow, it's an amazing experience you've got there too. Now, some people have questioned whether being an influencer is our real job. So American beauty influencer recently, Michaela Noguera, she came under fire for discussing the difficulties of being an influencer, long meetings, you know, having to film content. What would you say are some of the misconceptions, Grace, about what you do?
Yeah, I think the main misconception that I've realised is the term influencer is thrown around really freely. I think being influential is something that's really subjective. An ad I make can be influential to some people and others can think that it's just so silly, right? So being called an influencer, yeah, I think yeah, it really depends as well on the brand that you're working with. Sometimes it's really hard to make an ad. Sometimes it takes me just half an hour and, you know.
Yeah, and then it's done.
So I think it really depends on a lot of factors, and Michaela does come under a lot of scrutiny having that many millions of followers. It's a bit different for me with way less less like critique over what I'm making.
And that's great advice. So look, we're going to have to wrap it up there. Just quickly, Jonathan, a key tip that you have.
That's a really
just
big
throw
one.
it over.
Maybe in one or two words. Right up there.
I think diversifying where you get your work
Diversifying.
from.
You got that, guys. So, look, thanks so much for joining us, everyone. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much to Grace and Jonathan. It's been great to have you. Grace is going to be performing a song for us now. It's her viral 3-word challenge. It all started with Rocket, Covered and Glue. Who knew? Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks again, Jonathan and Grace.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Kim, and we'll see you next time.
Let's hope I don't butcher this. All right, here we go. In the back of my cupboard, behind all the clutter, is a box filled with memories. I hadn't seen it since summer. Since then I'd forgotten the birthday cards you'd given me. You said we'd always have our love, and then you took off like a rocket. I knew it was coming.